These are the richest Asian wives in the world. Imagine inheriting a fortune that could buy you a private island or earning a massive fortune enough to buy a $6 billion yacht. What secrets do these powerful women hold, and how do they navigate their opulent lifestyles? Stay tuned as we dive into the extravagant lives of the richest Asian wives. At number 15 is Nualphan Lamsam. This Thai billionaire is extremely rich. She is so rich, she once pledged 61,000 to motivate Thailand women football team to qualify for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, and even rewarded her football club players and staff with lavish gifts like Rolex, watches, iPhone 13, and designer handbags. To make us feel even poorer, she once splashed a whooping 1.2 million on an Audi Bangkok showroom. Her exact net worth is, unfortunately, heavily guarded, but we know she is worth billions of dollars. She is a member of the Thai-Chinese Lamsam family who founded Cornbank, one of Thailand's largest financial institutions, which boasts nearly $12 billion in assets. She is also the CEO of Mangai Insurance. As Thailand's executive Hermes distributor, she loves to shop for designer clothing bags and exquisite jewelry, and her extremely luxurious home is decorated with a minimalist aesthetic. At number 14 is Smita V. Krishna. If Smita is 14 in our list, you can already imagine how rich the woman on number 1 is. Smita is one of the richest women in India. She owns a fleet of cars and several expensive jewelry that cost more than some people have earned their whole lives. But how did she become so rich? Smita is a stock trader who knows how to triple her money. She currently has a net worth of $2.5 billion. That is some countries' yearly budgets. Before she began swimming in green, she gained a Bachelor of Arts degree in History and Political Science from St. Xavier's College in Mumbai, and also earned a diploma in Communication Arts from Loyola College in Montreal. But none of this got her the money she has now. She is a member of the Godrej clan and currently holds a substantial 20% stake in the family assets. Smita is married to Vijay Krishna, who is a renowned theater actor. She is deeply engaged with the Udayachal schools, which educate over 2,000 children, both girls and boys. She also serves as a trustee for the Sunabai Pirodsha Godrej Foundation, which conserves Mumbai's mangrove belt. She is the director at the Nauroji Godrej Center for Plant Research and was honored with the Extraordinary Leadership Award by Education World at their Education World Grand Jury Awards in 2016. But she's definitely not as rich as the next woman on our list, Jian Jun. With a net worth of 3.6 B, you can only imagine the streak of luxury items this woman owns. Jian Jun studied business administration at Tsinghua University and is currently the chairwoman of biomedical supplier Emake Technology Development, which makes products like skin fillers and facial implant threads. This company was listed on the Shenzhen Stock Exchange in 2020 in an IPO that raised over $530 million. Jian is 60 years already, but that hasn't stopped her from grinding for even more dough. Her company is best known for its hearty filler that treats neck wrinkles, and now they have branched into skincare. Jian worked for the state-owned China National Cereals, Oils, and Foodstuffs import and export early in her career. She owns several large homes, including her large state-of-the-art mansion in Beijing, China, where she lives. Number 12 is Li Bu-jin. Li was born on October 6, 1970. Not only is she one of the wealthiest Asian wives, but she is also one of the most powerful women in the world. Her family is worth $70 billion. Li, on her own, is worth over $4 billion. She is a South Korean billionaire businesswoman and the president and chief executive of Hotel Shilla, one of Seoul's leading hotels and conference centers. The media calls her Little Lee Kan-hee. However, apart from her massive wealth, Li is known for her marriage to Lim Woo-jae, which was a scandal at the time. Lim was from a really poor family and was even her bodyguard when they married. It was something from a fairy tale when they tied the knot, but many of her wealthy family members didn't take it well, including, allegedly, her brother, Lee Jae-yong, the executive chairman of Samsung Electronics. Her husband was instructed to take a course abroad, but he struggled with it and eventually resorted to playing video games. He even attempted suicide. But even though he also became physically abusive, Lee focused on herself and improved her hotel's revenue by 630%. After her divorce from Lim in 2019, she was mandated to pay him $6 million, which she did without breaking a sweat. She has now been named the second richest woman in South Korea. On number 11, we have Hong Ra-hee, who was born on 15th of July 1945. At the age of 79, Ra-hee is still thriving as a cutthroat businesswoman and the director of LIAM, Samsung Museum of Art. She is worth $4.3 billion and has several mansions to prove it. Her husband, Lee Kun-hee, was the richest person in South Korea before his death, so it is no wonder she is so rich. Ra-hee owns several expensive luxury items, including expensive art pieces. She is currently the most powerful art collector in South Korea. Her collection includes Lee Ufan, Do-ho Soo, Wonky Kim, Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, and Andy Warhol. Ra-hee graduated from Seoul National University, where she majored in applied arts. She built LIAM, Samsung Museum of Art, with her husband in 2004. Her career began at Jungang Ilbo Publishing from 1975 to 1980, when her father was the chairman. Just like her father, her husband also made sure their daughters had a good head start in their careers. They are currently joint presidents of Samsung C&T Corporation, while her daughter, Lee Seo-hyun, oversees Samsung's fashion division, and her other daughter, Lee Bu-jin, oversees the resort division. But there are still several women who bag more money than she does. One of them is Chen Lihua. Chen is currently worth a whopping $4.7 billion. You must have seen luxury, but you haven't experienced anything like what Chen bags in a year. She is the founder and chairman of Fuwa International Group, one of Beijing's largest commercial property developers, and she makes more than any developer in her country. In 2014 alone, Forbes ranked her as the 10th richest mainland Chinese, the richest woman in China, and one of only 19 female billionaires in the world who did not inherit their billionaire status. Think about that. Even though touchscreen entrepreneur Zhou Kunfei surpassed Chen as China's richest woman in 2015, her legacy is etched forever. She has made her mark as a prominent person in the real estate industry, and she has also heavily invested in the mining, finance, and hospitality sectors of her country. But did you know there are still other women even more powerful than she is? Dinara Kulibayeva might not be a self-made billionaire, but she is a very wealthy and powerful heiress. She was born on 19th of August 1968 to the former Kazakh president Nursultan Nazarbayev. She is currently married to Timur Kulibayev, who is nowhere poor himself. Timur is a wealthy Kazakh oligarch with enough large mansions to fit his title. Dinara Kulibayeva might come from a powerful and rich family, but she is not lazy. She has a net worth of $4.9 billion. She makes her money by working hard as the chairman of the board of directors of Kazakh British Technical University, which she assumed in 2004. She is so hardworking. She has held her office for decades. She is the second richest person in Kazakhstan, and even though she lost $200 million during the 2022 Kazakh protests, her wealth remains solid. Do you know how rich you have to be to lose millions of dollars and not feel it? For context, her husband is the third richest man in Kazakhstan and the 973rd richest in the world. Even though she's from Kazakhstan, she was born in Temirtau, Kazakh SSR, Soviet Union. In 1989, she graduated from the Russian Institute of Theater Arts before some of you were even born. In 1998, she received her MBA from Caimep University, and in 2007 she defended her doctoral dissertation on methodological foundations of the management of the educational system of international schools. Dinara Kulibayeva owns a Swiss mansion near Lake Geneva that stretches several acres. You would not believe how much she blew in that house, a whopping $72 million. She even owns a nearby 17th century chateau, which she bought for another $63.8 million. And as if her houses were not enough, her husband bought a massive Spanish estate. He even purchased a row of houses in London worth $92.2 million. And when the former family home of Britain's Prince Andrew went up for sale, he bought it too for $30.1 million. Even richer than that incredibly rich woman is Kim Yo-jong, who has a net worth of $5 billion. She owns a luxury $56 million private jet and a mesmerizing wardrobe collection with expensive wristwatches and bands, bags, and jewelry. Her $7,000 Christian Dior handbag alone can pay the annual salaries of everyone in my family, up to our last generation. And her $20,000 18-karat Rolex Lady Date Just wristwatch is just to die for. Her Sol Juste un Clou bracelets and her 60-karat Cartier diamond platinum necklace worth $200,000 can make a broke man feel even poorer. She is the sister of North Korea's supreme leader, Kim Jong, and a prominent figure in government. She is one of Asia's richest female billionaires. Apart from her luxury jewelry, she owns several luxury properties, including a private executive mansion in Pyongyang's super-fortified Kim family compound, dubbed Residence Number 55. She uses expensive cars like a $578,000 Mercedes-Benz S550 and an S-Class vehicle designed to withstand bullets and RPGs. She even has a yacht worth around $7 million. At number 7 is Ty Lee. How rich is Ty Lee? In 2019, Forbes reported that Ty Lee owned the largest woman-owned business in the US. She also became the 5th wealthiest self-made woman in America. This Korean-American businesswoman now has a net worth of $5.3 billion. How did she do it? Ty Lee attended Amherst College in Amherst, Massachusetts, where she earned a double major BA in biology and economics. But she made world history in 1985 when she became the first Korean woman to graduate from business school with her MBA from Harvard Business School. Ty Lee is an incredibly smart woman indeed, so it's no wonder she built her business from scratch and made so much money. She is a co-owner, CEO, and president of SHI International. She turned a struggling software company into one of the largest tech companies in America. She even won the Ernst & Young's Entrepreneur of the Year in 2012. Her company now makes $14 billion in annual revenue with over 20,000 customers, some of which include very popular people and companies like Boeing and AT&T. She was married to Leo Koguan, whom she divorced in 2002. When she is not turning dust into gold, you can find Ty Lee at the golf course. She also loves to collect expensive art pieces. Another extremely wealthy businesswoman is Woo Ya-jun. Woo is worth a whopping $5.8 billion. Woo is the co-founder, chairwoman, and former CEO of Longfor Properties, and must be raking in a lot of money since she became the 3rd richest woman in China and the 22nd richest overall, according to the Hurun Report China Rich List 2013. In 2012, she rose to become the richest woman in China and the 5th richest person in the country. Unfortunately, she lost that position to Yang Huiyan after her divorce from her husband, Kai Kuei. But by March 2013, she was the 299th richest person in the world and one of the top 50 power women listed by Forbes, with a net worth of $4.4 billion. In 2014, she was listed as the 41st most powerful woman in the world by Forbes. And in March 2019, Barron reported that after a 7-year gap, Woo was once again the world's richest self-made woman. Woo is currently a member of the National People's Congress. She was born to an ordinary family and worked for every dollar from scratch. That is pretty impressive. She graduated from the Department of Navigation Engineering Engineering of Northwestern Polytechnical University and worked at the Qianwei Meter Factory. In 1995, Wu and her former husband, businessman Kai Kui, founded Chongqing Zhongjiang Real Estate Co. Ltd. with an initial capital investment of 10 million yuan. The company was later renamed to Longfor Properties, and Wu grew it from her home in Chongqing to include major cities like Chengdu, Beijing, Shanghai, Changzhou, and Dalian. Longfor Properties went public on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange in 2009, and notable investors bought in, including Singapore's government, Ping An Insurance, and Temasek Holdings. Wu has also made investments in tech companies like Uber and Evernote. Remember that woman who beat Chen Lihua to become the richest woman in China? Yep, that was Zhou Kunfei. She comes in at number 5 with a net worth of $6.1 billion. Zhou Kunfei is a Chinese entrepreneur who founded the major touchscreen maker Lens Technology. In March 2015, her net worth reached up to $10 billion, making her the richest woman in China. And in 2018, she was named the world's richest self-made woman with a net worth of $10 billion. But Zhou Kunfei was not always wealthy. In fact, she had a very terrible childhood. She was born in 1970 to a poor family. Before she was born, her father, a former soldier, became partially blind and even lost a finger in an industrial accident in the 1960s. After her mother died when she was 5, she began to help her family by raising animals for a small profit. She dropped out of school at 16 and moved in with her uncle's family to become a migrant worker in Shenzhen. In Shenzhen, she worked for companies near the university, where she took part-time courses. She was soon certified in accounting, computer operations, and customs processing, and even became licensed to drive commercial vehicles. She found a job in a small family firm that made watch parts for about 180 yuan a month. When the factory finally folded, she established her own company in 1993 at the age of 22 with her savings of $3,000. The company began with her brother, sister, their spouses, and 2 cousins in a 3-bedroom apartment, but it somehow appealed to customers. In 2001, Zhou Kunfei caught her big break when her company won a profitable contract to make mobile phone screens for the Chinese electronics giant TCL Corporation. In 2003, Zhou's company received another big request, this time from Motorola, to develop glass screens for their Razr V3. So, Zhou Kunfei started touchscreen maker Lens Technology in 2003. After producing the touchscreens for Apple's iPhone, her company became big in the industry. Lens Technology now supplies touchscreens to electronics makers like Apple, Samsung, and Huawei. In 2017 alone, the company employed about 90,000 people and has 32 different factory locations. Zhou's net worth rose 452%, dethroning Chen Lihua as China's richest woman. She came on Forbes' list as number 61 in 2016's Powerful Women, number 205 in 2016's Billionaires, 18 in 2015's China Rich list, and 30 in 2015's Richest in Tech. Fortune also ranked her 18 on their 2016's Most Powerful Women of Asia-Pacific list, and Bloomberg also ranked her as 211 out of the world's billionaires. While not everyone has such an incredible story, other women are also incredibly hardworking. Wang Laichun, for example, has a net worth of $6.6 billion. Now, that is a lot of money. She is the co-founder of the electronics manufacturer Luxshare Precision Industry Coder Ltd., better known as Luxshare ICT, which was founded in 2004 in Dongguan, China. In 2021, Wang Laichun was the second richest woman in China according to China Daily, and she ranked 59th in Forbes' list of world's 100 most powerful women in 2023. Wang Laichun was born in 1967 and got an EMBA at Tsinghua University. Like other women on this list, she is a businesswoman. In fact, in 2014, the Daily Telegraph announced that, at the age of 46, she was one of the world's youngest self-made women billionaires. Wang previously worked for 10 years for Foxconn before founding Luxshare Precision Industry Co. Ltd. with her brother, Wang Laishen, who now serves as the company's company's vice chairman. She is currently ranked 295 richest people in the world and 11 in Hong Kong. She comes from a business-oriented family, so she is well known for her business acumen and ability to build successful partnerships in the technology industry. She is considered a role model for women entrepreneurs in China and beyond. Another extremely wealthy woman without an incredible story is Rekha Jhunjhunwala. She inherited a valuable stock portfolio from her late husband, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who was often referred to as India's Warren Buffett. The investor, who was said to have a Midas touch, died in 2022 at the age of 62. Rekha Jhunjhunwala is 61 years old, but she is raking in billions of dollars with investments alone. She is currently worth $8.5 billion and lives in an ultra-modern mansion in Mumbai, India. She went to the University of Mumbai, where she gained a Bachelor of Commerce before marrying her husband and tripling his millions. Their privately owned stock trading firm, Rare Enterprises, was derived from the first two initials of her name and her husband's name. But then there is Kwong Siew Hing, coming up at number 2. She is the widow of Sun Hung Kai Properties co-founder Kwok Tak Seng, who died in 1990. The Kwok family was ranked 3rd in Forbes' 2017 Asia's Richest Families, with a net worth of $40.4 billion. In a separate ranking, her sons Thomas and Raymond were collectively ranked as the 4th richest in Hong Kong as of 2018. In February 2019, Kwong Siew Hing ranked 78th on the Billionaires 2019 list and 5th on Hong Kong's 50 richest list, with a net worth of $15.1 billion. That net worth can buy an entire country. It is no wonder she was named Hong Kong's richest woman in 2022. Kwong Siew Hing served as Sun Hung Kai's chairman from 2008 to 2011 after her eldest son, Walter, was kicked out in a fight with her 2 other sons, Thomas and Raymond. She eventually stepped down from the position in 2011, but still has the largest stake in the company, controlling more than 40% of its shares through a family trust. Her shares are worth $480,000, so it is absolutely not a wonder that she is consistently ranked as one of Hong Kong's wealthiest people, as Sun Hung Kai is Hong Kong's largest and most prestigious property developer. Their company is responsible for producing the tallest building in Hong Kong, West Kowloon's International Commerce Center, which is 490 meters high and towering 118 stories, and the International Finance Center, which is also a prominent landmark. Kwong Siew Hing was born in Guangzhou in 1929, but she moved to Hong Kong in 1947 and married Kwok Tak Seng, the founder of Sun Hung Kai, at the age of 20. The richest wife in Asia is none other than Savitri Jindal. She has a net worth of over $35.1 billion. She is currently India's richest woman and the world's 6th richest woman. This 74-year-old billionaire and chairperson of the Jindal Steel and Power Company has created a large business empire since her husband's death in 2005. She owns several mansions and estates, including a 20 million 3-acre bungalow in Lutyens Bungalow Zone in Delhi. She also owns agricultural land in Raigarh and Maharashtra, a residential house in Hisar Urban, and a 2.9 million grand resident on OP Jindal Marg Hisar. She has magnificent edifices, high-end cars, yachts, and private jets. Her net worth tripled from just around $4.8 billion in 2020 to $17.7 billion in 2022. It rose again to nearly $29 billion by the beginning of 2023. The woman is actively involved in politics, having served as a minister in the Haryana government.